guys, I wanted to welcome you guys to my very first YouTube video. This video I wanted to show you guys what I eat in a day. But first I wanted to do a quick little introduction. So first, my name is Tasha. My channel name is TheRogueDieter. I'm also known as TheRogueDieter on Instagram. I've been on there for like almost 2 years now, and I get a lot of like messages about how I do things or what I eat or how I, keep my weight in check, because I recently just came off a low carb diet called ACG, and I get a lot of questions all the time. So I was like, well, why not start a YouTube channel? It'll be a hell of a whole lot more easier than me explaining stuff on Instagram with images. I can just do one video and then knock it out. so yeah, that's what I wanted to do, start a YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys are gonna subscribe. Please subscribe right down there. Subscribe, it's free. So anyway, like I said, I'm on Instagram. I am also on Facebook under TheRogueDieter, same name, and I also have a web page called TheRogueDieter.com. So you can find me all over the place. Some of the videos that I have coming out, like my I have a video coming out with my, I just recently lost 90 pounds. That was like a month ago. I celebrate, well, kind of celebrated that a little bit, because that's like a giant accomplishment. So I'll probably be doing a video on that. Also, I'm going to be doing some upcoming videos on correction days. If you don't know what those are, that's a pretty big deal. So yeah, but mostly this channel will be about things that people ask me about all the time, or how to do things, how to cook things. I post pictures of food on Instagram all the time, and people mess me like, what's the recipe for that? What's the recipe for that? What's the recipe for that? Because most of the time I'm taking other people's recipes and just modifying them to cater to my needs. And I bet you're thinking, what type of food do you eat? I recently just transitioned into being plant-based. And the reason for that is I feel like being plant-based helps maintain my weight better than me being a meat eater. There are other reasons too, but that is the main reason, for health purposes only. So I eat plant-based. Most of the time I try and keep things low carb, but yeah, that's kind of a hard thing to do, especially when you're plant-based, because a lot of foods that you're eating are potatoes and beans and pasta. I try and stay away from bread a whole lot, but even that in itself is kind of hard to stay away from. I try to stay away from dairy, so I minimize dairy. Like, I rarely have dairy because I'm so lactose intolerant. The only time I probably would have like dairy is if I out in the street. That's about it. I don't have dairy. Yeah, dairy is not my friend at all. Eggs, no. Don't eat eggs. I just don't like them. I know there's a lot of people just refuse to eat eggs for other reasons, but I just don't like eating eggs. But most of the time I'm eating other things other than those things. I don't eat meat at all. No meat. I haven't eaten meat since I am like, oh my God, I'm like 6 months in now. 6 months in being meatless. So I feel like that helps maintain my weight a lot better than I'll probably do a video on that too, on transitioning from going from eating meat to being plant-based, because that's kind of hard for people to do. Really hard for people to do. But anyway, yeah, so that's what this channel will probably be about. It'll be about weight loss. It'll be about food and how to do things, how to lose weight, or how to do ACG the correct way, because that diet is hard. It is really hard to maintain a diet for 30 days. A lot of people don't have that mental power to actually maintain a low carb diet for 30 days or even longer than that. So yeah, maybe I'll do some ACG videos, how I started. I actually have another channel talking about ACG and how to start. The only reason why I decided to transition over to another channel, because it's kind of confusing when most of the time I'm only doing like vlogs and stuff on that channel. So I wanted to transition over here and just do my weight loss stuff in one spot instead of just doing a whole bunch of different things. It's kind of confusing for people, so that's why everything is going to be. So I'll probably post those videos in like a playlist at the bottom so people can like check those out. So anyway, like I said, subscribe, more videos are coming. And yeah, what I eating today, that's coming up right after this. So thank you for watching. I'm so freaking goofy. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys subscribe, and yeah, watch the video, watch the rest of the video. But yeah, peace out. So yeah, we're doing breakfast, and normally in the morning sometimes I like to have couscous for breakfast. Now couscous is a pasta. It is not a grain, but it resembles grits. So yeah, I normally will have that with some blueberry syrup on top. So now you see me boiling water, and couscous takes no time to cook. It is just like grits. It'll cook up in like maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like. It's like the quickest thing ever to cook. So yeah, that'll cook up, and then I'll get another pot, and then I'll add water to it, and I'll add those blueberries, which you see right here, and then I'm gonna get some cornstarch, and I'm gonna add that cornstarch to a small cup of water, because you want to do it that way. You don't want to add cornstarch directly into the blueberries. It's just not going to work that way. You're going to add that to water. You're going to swirl it around, and then make sure the power is diluted. And then you're going to pour that directly into the blueberries. That is, and within seconds, you're going to see it thicken up. And then right after that, I'm gonna add my stevia to sweeten it up. Now this is optional if you don't like your stuff that sweet, but I like my stuff sweet. So now you see me have the couscous in a bowl, and that is vegan butter. I'm gonna add some vegan butter and then put the blueberries right on top, and that is breakfast for me in the morning. I like Earth Balance. Earth Balance is really good butter. And then I have my tea. That is a massive cup. That cup holds about 22 ounces of fluid, because you want to make sure you get your fluids in. So next, we're having lunch. And lunch is today, well, lunch today for me is, that is a TVP burrito or wrap. Most likely it's a wrap. It's a TVP wrap. And if you don't know what TVP is, that is textured vegetable protein, and that is a soy product. It's like a dehydrated soy product. So right now you're gonna see me like heating up the tortilla shell in the pan, and I like my tortillas warm. And that brand is wonderful. They have the tortilla shells are low carb, which I really like. So, and they're huge too. They're massive. Normally I would just eat one of these, but I think I was just hungry that day, so I had two. So now I'm adding the TVP meat to the tortilla shell. I'll have all these recipes down below, and you just click the link to my blog. So now I'm going to add whatever leftover beans that I have left to that tortilla. It wasn't that much. I was at the point where I was just trying to get rid of a lot of food that was in the refrigerator. Then I'm going to add rice. Brown. I only eat brown rice. I don't eat white. And then I'm going to add my veggies. And I normally chop up veggies for the week because it's best to prep your vegetables so you won't have to do too much chopping during the week. So that's what I'm doing, adding tomatoes. And then next, I'm going to add my spinach. Lots of spinach. I love spinach. And that is a finished product. Oh, and you can never go wrong with sriracha sauce. Gotta add the sriracha sauce because I like my stuff spicy. But you don't have to do that. I love sriracha sauce. So next we're doing dinner. And for dinner, I'm having tofu. Tofu, it's like a tofu stir fry. But it's mostly like sweet and sour. It's a sweet and sour tofu stir fry. I was having like these massive cravings for Chinese food, and I can't eat Chinese food anymore because I don't know, for some reason it just upsets my stomach. So I don't anymore. So I ended up making my own. So right now you see me chopping up the tofu, and that's extra firm tofu. And then I'm going to chop up my carrots. And yep, I'm going to chop all my vegetables up. And sometimes I like to take the vegetable scraps, and put them in a bag and save them, and you can make vegetable broths out of it. Now I'm chopping up green onions because I love green onions. Those ends, you'll see me show you the ends of the green onions. Those can be used again. Normally what I would do, I would take the ends of the green onions. You see me pointing at it. I'll take the ends of the green onions, and then I will put them in water and they'll start to grow. You can reuse. I normally will reuse them maybe, I'm gonna think about 4 or 5 times. They'll regrow, and then I will just go buy a whole batch of green onions. They grow, and they grow really, really quickly. So you'll have like another, once you cut it down, it'll grow again within a week, and then you can cut it down again. So I don't ever go back and buy green onions because they grow so quickly. You can reuse them. So yeah, I'm just chopping up those little green onions. And next, I'm going to take those carrots because I want them soft. I'm going to pre-cook them, and then I'm going to put them in water and let them boil for maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. Now I'm doing broccoli. I'm going to cut that broccoli down because I want that in there as well. I love broccoli. I eat broccoli all week. I can eat broccoli every day, really. So I'm going to cut it up, make it little small pieces, florets. And yeah. Chopping up those veggies. So now I have some garlic. I'm gonna chop that up or mince it. Take a piece of it. I love fresh garlic in food. I didn't realize how good fresh garlic was. I normally would always use the seasoned garlic. And then I said, let me just try fresh garlic for a change. And then I've been hooked on it ever since. I think I used about 2 cloves of garlic in this. Next, I'm going to chop up some green peppers. I normally freeze like about 5 or 6 green peppers at a time. I freeze them up, and one thing about green peppers, even though frozen, they can easily be chopped. So I take them out and I'm cutting them up now, and they'll be going into the pan. But yeah, I prep everything so that I won't have to. It makes life so much more easier to food prep. So now you see me with a skillet. I'm gonna pour a little, what type of oil is that? I think that might be olive oil that I'm pouring in there. Because what I want to do is put a little brown on that tofu. So you'll see me browning the tofu. And make sure you use a non-stick pan, because tofu tends to stick to a pan if it's not non-stick. So yeah, I'm gonna brown that tofu. And once I'm done browning that, I'm gonna move on to the vegetables. So now I pulled out my wok, and I'm going to add some olive oil to that. I'm going to let that heat up, and then I'm going to add some, that is ginger. That's ginger paste that I'm adding. And then now I'm going to add that garlic. Add the garlic, and then next let that cook a little bit. And next I'm going to add the green onion and let that cook a little bit. And then I'm going to add the carrots. Now those carrots are already cooked, because I didn't want to stir fry those carrots and then they wouldn't be done enough for me. So yeah, so now they're going to go in there too. And I'm going to add the green peppers. Just stir it around so that all those flavors can mix in together. And next I'm going to add that broccoli. Now I think broccoli, if you want your broccoli cooked a little bit more, I normally really like my broccoli kind of raw, but you can pre-cook that just like I pre-cook the carrots. But yeah, I normally like mine a little bit raw. And now I'm going to add that tofu right on top, so you see how brown it is. And it looks just like freaking chicken. Like, it looks just like chicken. Now, normally you can make your own sweet and sour sauce, but I was being lazy that day. I didn't want to make anything from scratch. So I went out and bought some sweet and sour sauce from the grocery store. I think I showed the brand. I'm not sure. If I don't, then I'll probably put an image of it somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I am stir frying those veggies up, mixing all those flavors. Yeah, see, that's the sweet and sour sauce that I picked. And then I think I tasted a little bit of it on that piece of broccoli just to see what it tastes like. But I'm telling you, it is so good. Now I'm tasting the tofu, which was good too. So now I'm gonna pour everything on top. I'm gonna pour that sweet and sour sauce on top. Oh, I did season. I seasoned a little bit because I think I probably forgot to add the salt and pepper. Make sure everything is seasoned. And then I'm gonna add the sweet and sour sauce on top. And normally this would be like a couple of meals, because this is what I would put on top of like brown rice or noodles or something. So that's like three meals. So this is the finished product. And it also brings us to the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy watching. But yeah, thanks a lot. And please subscribe for more videos. Bye.